love, so today's video is a part of my back to school series. I decided to put together a makeup look that would be perfect for picture day, whether you're in high school or whether you are in a regular job and you need to take one of those little picture ID things. This is a great makeup look that will look good for your driver's license or for the yearbook, whatever you need. I just thought I would do something that looks really like simple but really just enhances your beauty and something that photographs nicely and makes your eyes sort of pop out. So if you guys are interested in learning how I got this look and how you can get this look too, then just keep watching. Also, really quickly, I just wanted to let you guys know that this look does require a little bit extra effort in the morning. So if it is picture day or anything like that, you definitely want to wake up at least 20-30 minutes earlier so that way you can put a little bit more attention to those little details that will show up in pictures. So yeah, I just thought I would let you guys know that, and let's jump into the tutorial. Of course, whenever you're doing your picture ID, the first step is your hair. I would recommend straightening your hair, or you could check out my back to school for first day of school hair and makeup, and I show you guys how to get really nice, like even waves that like just really flow nicely. And I feel like you want a really polished hairstyle when you're taking pictures because you don't want to have to worry about flyaways. You don't want like beach waves or anything that can come across just looking messy. You want it to look really nice and clean in pictures. So if you straighten it, you know, you really can't go wrong with straight hair. Or if you just like do nice even waves all in the same direction, then it'll look really nice. But today I'm not going to show you guys because I really don't feel like applying heat to my hair because I'm trying to like let it grow out and not be applying heat so much. So you can rock your natural hair for picture day. I would just recommend using a serum like this. This is a Garnier Fructis Sleek and Shine Serum. And whenever I wear my natural hair, I usually just like take a small pump and just run it through my hair. And this just takes care of any flyaways and it just lets your hair look really nice and smooth and like it's not all messy. It allows you to rock your natural hair. So I'm pretty sure for this video I'm just going to be doing a talk through just because my voiceover on my editing system, it's not working. It's like it keeps on lagging behind and I find it really annoying. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do a talk through like I always used to do. So to start off, you just want to moisturize your face. I'm using, of course, my Target brand moisturizer. You can use any moisturizer, but you really need to moisturize because this allows your foundation to go on really smooth. You don't even need a primer, honestly, as long as you moisturize really good because the moisturizer will allow your foundation to go on really smooth. Once you have moisturized, it is always good to prime. I'm going to be mixing my Benefit Professional and my Neutrogena Shine Control. The Professional is just going to literally go over any of my bumps so that way my foundation just glides right over. And then this is just going to ensure that my foundation stays in place all day. So in case you have pictures or something after gym class, this will make sure that your makeup does not move and it'll control the oils on your face. And I just like to sort of pat on the Shine Control over the Benefit Professional one, so that's why you saw me, you know, sort of tapping it in place like this, so that way I don't necessarily move this primer. Now usually I do my eyes and then my foundation, but for today's purposes, so that way I'm not going back and forth in the video, I'm just going to be doing my foundation first. So my favorite foundation to use for pictures, or if I know I'm gonna have like my picture ID or anything like that, I like going in with the Revlon Photo Ready Foundation. This is in the shade Golden Beige, and I just really like the way this looks in pictures because it really covers up any marks on your face, but it doesn't look cakey and it just photographs really nicely. I'd recommend using any sort of fuller coverage foundation, so either the Revlon Photo Ready or the Color Stay Foundation are really great ones. Another great foundation for pictures is the L'Oreal Lift Optic Blur, and basically anything that's just going to give you decent coverage but won't look too cakey. And for some reason with this foundation, I just love applying it with this stippling brush just because it allows it to look more airbrush. For other foundations, I usually really like the Kabuki brush, but for some reason, this foundation just goes on great with a dual fiber brush. I have no idea why, but it just does. So I just take a small amount like this, and then this dual fiber brush allows you to like spread it throughout all of your face. Okay, so once you've applied your foundation, you would definitely want to apply a concealer under your eyes or to highlight your face, just because in pictures you want your face to have some sort of dimension. You don't want it to look like one flat shade, and you definitely want to cover up any under eye bags. So the one concealer that I would highly recommend if you do happen to have is the MAC Prolongwear Concealer, just because this concealer photographs really well. It doesn't crease and it's very full coverage, but it's still very thin, like it's not a super cakey concealer. So if you happen to have this, I would definitely recommend using this. But I'm trying to keep this more drugstore friendly, and I know a few great drugstore concealers that you could also use. So the two that I highly recommend are the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. This one is the brightening one. So it has a red undertone, so it's really great for putting right under where your bag is, and it really just like brightens it up and just takes out those blue undertones that you get when you get those under eye circles. And then also the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. This one's great. It's full coverage, really creamy, doesn't crease, and it photographs really nicely in pictures. So for today's purposes, I'm actually going to be using both of these together. You can use one or the other, you don't need both, but I just really like this combo because I apply this one with the pink undertone because, like I said, it covers up those bags because it counteracts the blue undertones. So I just take this one and apply it right here, and that's just going to get rid of those bags right away. Then I go in with the Fit Me Concealer, and I just use that to highlight the rest of the areas on my face just because it's creamier and it's easier to blend out, so I just really like this one to highlight. So I just go ahead and I apply this like in lines like this. Now you don't have to go crazy, you don't have to apply this much concealer, but I do, if you've never highlighted your face, I can't even take myself seriously talking like this. But if you've never highlighted your face before, I would definitely recommend doing this for pictures just because it looks really nice, and it looks like I have a lot of concealer on, but I literally just take like dots, like I don't just slab on the whole thing, you know, I take a light amount just to sort of highlight, and once you blend it out, it looks really great for pictures. And I love using my Sigma F86 to blend out the concealer, and I usually go ahead and spray it with Fix Plus because it allows the concealer just to really melt into your skin and look really nice. So obviously if this is for a picture ID, you don't want like a really harsh contour, especially since this is for school. So you're going to use like different makeup products, but you're going to use a little bit of each so it's not caked on. So for contouring, I would definitely recommend cream contouring. So I'm going to use my CoverGirl True Blend Fix Stick. This is perfect because powder contours can look really harsh in pictures sometimes. So I just find that a cream contour looks really seamless if you blend it out nicely. A little bit goes a long way, and it gives your face a nice chiseled look, but without looking super harsh and like super just like muddy in pictures. So that's why so you're just going to start where the top of your ear is, and you're literally just going to do like a line like that, no bigger than that because you want to blend it out. And then you're going to do another one here. Again, like I said, no bigger than that because you're going to blend it out. If you apply too much, it's just going to look too dramatic for school and you're going to look a little bit crazy. And then you can also contour your nose if you do that. I always contour my nose just because I got in a habit of it, but you don't have to. You can skip this step if you want to. But like I said, it'll just look really nice in photographs. Then you're just going to take a small dual fiber brush just to blend everything out. Just go in circular motions, sort of blending it up and then down, bringing it down to just sort of carve out your cheekbone. Now you can see that my face has a nice sort of highlight and contour look without looking too harsh. As you can see, it just sort of lightly brings in my face a little but doesn't look super harsh. So now you just want to set everything in place for your picture so that way it's not like running down your face halfway through the day if your picture day is later in the day. So a powder that I really recommend using to set is the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder because it just photographs really nicely, and again, it keeps your makeup in place. If you by any chance happen to have the Nye Banana Powder, I would recommend using this just because this is specifically made for photographing, but this is a little bit more pricey. So this is one that definitely anybody could get, and it's super affordable, and it works like just as good almost. To set the outer perimeters of my face, I always like going in with my MSF in dark. You can skip this step, or you can use like any sort of deeper powder that you might have, or you could just stick with the Rimmel Stay Matte. Since this is a transparent powder, it like doesn't have any really color to it. And for pictures, I would definitely recommend using a matte blush. My favorite matte blush, especially for school, is the L'Oreal True Match Blush, and this is in the shade Spice Plum. And it's really flattering when you apply your blush, like, okay, you know where the arch of your eyebrow is and where the color of your eye ends? You sort of just like line that up, and then you just apply it from literally like here back going upwards, and it just really lifts up your face and looks really nice. It's not always great to apply right on the apples of your cheek because in photographs it can just look a little bit awkward. Brows really frame your face, so for pictures it's really great just to sort of fill them in and make sure they look extra polished and nice. I like using the e.l.f. Eyebrow Kit. You can see the difference that just did to my face. You see this one versus this brow that is kind of washed out with all of the foundation and stuff. Now moving on from the face and the brows and onto your eyes. So for picture day, it's always great to use a really light color to just sort of open up your eyes on your lid, and then you just go in with some browns just to sort of deepen up your crease, and maybe a little bit of deeper browns just to give your crease some more definition. And it's always good to go in with matte shades on your eyes when you're going to be taking pictures, just because if you use a lot of shimmery shades, it can come across as muddy or not really show up nice on the camera. So the palette that I thought would be perfect for this look is the Morphe palette. This is the all matte warm shades, and as you can see, it comes with really nice light shades that I will be applying on my lid, and then some browns that you can just apply in your crease. But before I apply these shadows, I'm just going to go ahead and prime my lids using my MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. You can use a concealer or whatever works best for you. Next, you just want to take any mid-tone brown shade. I'm just going to be using this one right here. Then to deepen up the crease a little bit more, I'm going to go in with a darker brown shade like this and a more dense blending brush. I'm just going to dip that in that shade, and I'm just going to apply that to the sort of outer corner of my crease. I'm just going to take the soft brown shade and run that on my lower lash line. I'm going to take the deeper brown shade and put that on the outer part of my lash line right here. And I'm going to take the really light shade and I'm going to apply that to the first part of my eye to open it up. So next, on your waterline, it's always great to use a nude eyeliner to open up your eyes for pictures. If you use a black liner, it will tend to close it up, especially for pictures, and just look really dark. So I'm just going to go in with this Rimmel Scandal Eyes eyeliner in nude. I always like my eyes really defined, so I always think it's really flattering to do a sort of light top wing line. So I'm just going to go in with my NYC liquid liner, and this stuff is super cheap. It's like $2.50, and it just allows you to create the perfect wing line for any sort of picture day. And then another great way to make your eyes stand out for pictures, once you've applied your liner, it's always good to go in with a small brush like this and either really dark brown again or some black. And you just take that right where you finish your wing, you just apply it right there, and that just helps elongate your eye. The next step for the eyes is definitely mascara. I like applying a lot of mascara just because I like for my eyes to really pop out in pictures. So my favorite mascara to use when I want my eyes to stand out is L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara, and I'm just going to go in and apply this to my top lashes, and I'm also going to apply a heavy amount to my lower lashes, because when you do it to your lower lashes too, it really helps open up your eyes and lets them. And next for your lips, it's always great to use a Your Lips But Better shade. So my favorite Your Lips But Better shade is this Wet n Wild Balm Stain in Rico Mauve. Alright loves, so that wraps it up for this look. I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, and if you happen to try it out, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to tag me on Instagram or on Twitter with Janelle Mariss XOXO, because I would love to see if you guys recreate this. And I believe that is all. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you all